Did I predict the songs on Faith in the Future? No controls, brother. 16 songs and not one swear word. Nile Horns, San Francisco. And can we please get back to us? Woo! Truly a full circle moment if I've ever seen one. Weirdly reminds me of Avril Lavigne. Fits perfectly with Louis' football obsession. This could easily have been a One Direction song. Hello, and welcome back to Bella Has Opinions with me, Bella, who has opinions. Today we're going to be talking about Louis Tomlinson's Faith in the Future album. Did I predict the songs on Faith in the Future? Is the question that we're going to answer today. So here's the backstory. Once upon a time, 2 months ago, I made this video called Let's Pretend Bella is a Psychic and watch her guess what Faith in the Future songs are going to sound like. If you want to watch that video first, I'll have editing me put it up in the corner so you can go watch it. So now that Faith in the Future is out, I thought it would be fun to do 3 things in this video. Firstly, I'm gonna go over my predictions and see how wrong I was. Secondly, I'm gonna tell you my thoughts or notes that I had on the songs when I listened to them. Lastly, I'm gonna give you my approximate ranking from my favorite songs to my least favorite songs, so you all can be offended and disagree with me in the comments. Ta-da! By the way, time for a little shameless self-promo. Did you know that I've already covered all of the songs on Faith in the Future? It's 9 minutes of pure Louis Tomlinson covers. I will have it linked down in the description. I will also link my Bigger Than Me cover and my Silver Tongues cover, so you can go check those out. And now, without further ado, let's get into the video. So in the prediction video, I had overall album predictions, and then I had individual song predictions. Also, if editing Bella could put a point system or something so we can all see how wrong I am, that would be great. Let's get into it, shall we? I believe that there will be at least one song with a swear word. Specifically, I think fuck in various forms. We're talking about Louis Tomlinson. How is there not a single swear word in this album? 16 songs and not one swear word. The closest we get to a swear word is hell, but it's not even in like the swear word context. Moving on. Somewhere in some lyrics, the word home will exist. We have 3 songs that talk about home specifically. We have All This Time where it says, I still doubt the work I do can get me home. Then we have Silver Tongues saying, but I don't feel like going home. And lastly, we have Common People, I came from a good home. 1 point for me. Next. I believe that change will be a prominent theme in more songs than just Bigger Than Me. Again, I somehow was correct. We have 4 songs that talk about change explicitly. In The Greatest, we have Time Came and Changed It All. In Saturdays, we have No Matter How Much You Want It, Some Things Change. In Common People, we have Common People, Nothing's Changed. And in Holding On to Heartache, we have We Knew That All Would Change. My last overall prediction was, I think there will be a lot of references and imagery to flowers, plants, nature, such as like roses, trees, grass. This is probably the most correct I've ever been. We have no less than 5 songs with nature elements to it. In Written All Over Your Face, we have hurricane and thunder. In All This Time, we have mountain, and we have walls of trees. I specifically said trees in my prediction. Also, we have gold. I don't know if that counts as nature. In She Is Beauty, We Are World Class, we have trees again. Trees! Damn! In Angels Fly, we have sky, stars, and horizon. And in Holding On to Heartache, we have birds, we have wind, and we have seasons. Let's move on. When I made this video, I didn't know there was a deluxe album, so I only have the original 14 songs. I didn't forget them, I just didn't know they existed. Let's get into it anyways. Since it's the start of the album, I think it's gonna be an upbeat anthem about the fandom, optimistic, a lot of grateful energy. I'm gonna give myself half a point for this one. It is the perfect start to the album, energy-wise, but also, in my opinion, it's less related to the fandom than I was expecting. The vibe is more us two rather than us all, like all of us. My favorite part of the song is the rhythmic way he pronounces good as the rest. He like goes good as the rest. When I listened to it, I was like, damn, that's really good. For written all over your face, I don't have that much. I think it's either going to be sadness written all over someone's face or love written all over someone's face. I was wrong. So wrong. I could have never, ever predicted this masterpiece. Ever. My favorite part of the song is when he goes, "When we're finished saying nothing, can we please get back to love? And when it's good, it's really something. Can we please get back to us?" Woo! Can you tell I've had a triple espresso shot? Lucky Again, I think, is going to be an upbeat song. I think there's going to be some solid punchy drums. I would imagine there'd be gorgeous imagery and words in the line of four-leaf clover, pot of gold, sign, or like, I can't believe how lucky I am. Clearly, I was wrong, but not fully wrong. So I'm gonna give myself like minus 0.75 instead of -1. They do have punchy drums, but also, I was wrong. I am surprised about the lack of the luck imagery in the song. Knowing Louis, I bet he could have like made some beautiful lyrics about four-leaf clovers or whatever and incorporated in the already amazing song. My general thoughts of the song is that this could easily have been a One Direction song, which makes sense because Louis carried the songwriting in One Direction, so I'm not surprised. It made me a bit emotional, to be honest. Next. For Face the Music, I think it's going to be a song about bravery and facing demons of the past and or present. I think it's going to be a very dramatic and empowering production. I think there's going to be, again, amazing imagery in the music and the lyrics. This is dumb, but I think he's going to rhyme music with do it or to it or lose it. Yet again, I was wrong on this one. It's way more rock-y than I expected, and it's not really about facing demons of the past and present in the way that I expected it. Also, he doesn't really rhyme music with anything. This song is gonna be iconic live at concerts. Also, it weirdly reminds me of Avril Lavigne. And if this song was released back in 2010 when everyone was in their emo phase, this would have topped the fucking charts. That's all I have to say. I think is gonna be a love song, very emotional, possibly a rock ballad. Stunning imagery again, something about like cityscapes, cars, buildings, clouds, etc. I think it's gonna be a little bit similar to Niall's San Francisco. I'm gonna give myself 0.75 points for this one. It is a love song, and it is emotional, and it is a rock ballad, but there isn't really any city imagery at all. There's also no other cities, and it isn't really that storytelling-y, but it does remind me of Niall Horan's San Francisco, so 0.75 it is. Common People, I think, is gonna be similar lyric-wise to Just Like You. Kind of, we're all just like common people with like common ground. I think it's gonna have a nice guitar. I think it's gonna be an acoustic guitar, but I might be wrong. I think it's gonna be a very chill kind of song. This one I was surprisingly correct with as well, because there is a nice guitar, and it is acoustic and chill. So full points for me. This one also reminds me of a One Direction song and is probably one of my favorite ones to just like play in the background. It's just really nice to listen to. Out of my system, I think is gonna be No Control, sound and lyrics wise. No Control's older brother. I think it's gonna be fun. You could dance to this. I'm gonna give myself a point for this one. It is totally No Control's brother. It is a fun song, and you could absolutely dance to this one. My other thoughts is that this song is very good to like run or work out to. It's very energizing, and I love it for that. I think Angels Fly is gonna be about his mom and sister. I think it's gonna be emotional, and I think the production is gonna be either really, really sad, or it's gonna be upbeat to kind of counterbalance the sadness. Kind of similar to Just Hold On. I will admit I was wrong with this one. I was expecting more like Two of Us vibes, but this is definitely not that. While it is an emotional song, the production isn't either very sad or very upbeat. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. My favorite part of this song is the chord progression or the melody progression in the chorus. The "If every star is an eye in the sky." When I listened to that melody progression the first time, I gasped I'm pretty sure it did something to my brain. And also the imagery and the lyrics are fucking gorgeous. Moving on. For Saturdays, I have two options. It's either or, there's no in-betweens. Either it's gonna be a domestic as fuck song about staying in on Saturdays, you know, like being in a bubble, just us two kind of COVID vibes. Or it's gonna be an absolute party banger about partying on Saturdays. To no one's surprise, I was wrong yet again. This is neither about staying in on Saturdays or going out partying on Saturday. Like, yes, it talks about you drinking or like you being out, but it isn't the party song I was expecting. The way I interpret it and the way I listen to it, this song is very likely to be about his mom or sister when you're at the party and you remember grief or whatever and you're trying to have a good time and you're like wondering what they've been up to. Not for the first time, not for the last time, because you're like, I hope you're somewhere. At least that's how I interpreted it, and I really like the song, to be honest. Silver Tongues, I think is going to be a party song, possibly about no control vibes again, hairy medicine vibes and lyrics, and high notes and electric guitar. I'm gonna give myself half a point for this one because there is electric guitar, it is a party song, and there are also some pretty good high notes in this one. It isn't really as medicine-y or about sex, so half a point seems fair. Next. She is Beauty, We Are World Class. I think is gonna be the Only the Brave equivalent of Faith in the Future. I think it's gonna have stunning imagery in the lyrics and be very low-key production-wise with maybe just a guitar similar to Only the Brave. To again, no one's surprise, I was wrong. Yes, there is beautiful imagery, but it's very much the opposite of Only the Brave in every single way. When I listened to this song the first time, I was like, what does this remind me of? And I finally figured it out. This song would be perfect for the World Cup, for the European Cup, football songs. I think it's the gang vocals going, oh, in the back. Also, it's an absolute party banger. I could see this being like the World Cup song. It also fits perfectly with Louis' football obsession, so personally it's not my favorite genre. And with that, let's move on. For All This Time, I think it could either be a sappy love song. It could also be a self-empowerment song. Yet again, she is wrong. Not the love song I was expecting. It's neither a self-empowerment anthem or a sappy love song. So I really missed the mark on this one. Next. I think That's the Way Love Goes could be pretty sad and ballad vibes, meaning like strings, violins, orchestra. I think it's gonna be a really nice way to round off the album. I'm gonna give myself a point for this one. There are strings and it's a perfect ending to the album. It is also sad, and while it isn't the big mega ballad I was expecting, it does lean in the ballad-y direction. It reminds me of Hey There Delilah, which he sang on The X Factor, which is truly a full circle moment if I've ever seen one. It also reminds me of I Wanna Write You a Song by One Direction, which I think Louis wrote that song, so it makes so much sense. And I really like it. I think it's a great song. So to answer the question, did I predict the songs from Faith in the Future? Partly, I guess. I guess the answer would be either yes, partly, or no, partly. Really depends on whether you're a glass half full or half empty person. I'm gonna choose to say yes, partly, because it sounds better than no, partly. And I guess I'll take that. Let's move on to my favorite to least favorite songs. I have ranked them all here. I'm not gonna go over why I think they're my favorites or why I don't like them, but in the comments let me know whether you agree or not and what your ranking of the songs is. And yeah, that was really all I had for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you made it all the way to the end, please give this video a like. It truly means the world. I will have a new Louis cover up within the next couple of days, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. So yeah, have a nice day, have a nice week, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!